Wait, so how much did you spend and how many did you get? That sucks. Yeah, yeah. That's true.
I mean, it does still feel like my brain hurts when I twist my head a little bit.
Well, you're
It's probably
100%
like
probably
a
concussed.
minor, like not very bad concussion, but like a very small
I
concussion.
love it when like you're going for an air dribble and then you just casually see your teammate like flying and missing like for the same ball that you actually hit. Like you're so bad. Like I literally just 1v2'd them and you just like tried to touch the ball at some point. Like fucking asshole. Yo, so you know what's interesting? Alright, so like I have a bunch of like my closest friends are all political science majors and I'm like conservative and I live in Manhattan and they're all super liberal, like with the rest of Manhattan. Manhattan is like one of the most liberal places in the world. And but it's just funny because wait, what am I thinking about? Oh yeah. There's like a bunch of shit like politically that's been happening lately. And like I can't talk about it with anyone who's young because they don't follow it. And then everyone who's old who lives near me is super liberal and has a very specific opinion. So like
Ibuprofen.
it's hard to
Sorry.
not that politics actually matter, but just like it's an interesting thing to talk about with people. Rip, bro. Yeah, fuck. I just had a filthy double save. Easy. This guy wants me to 1v1 him. Nah, this guy on the other team. His teammate, the guy on his teammate was like, "You're really good," and then he goes, "You're trash." 1v1 me.
It's like, okay.
I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't understand what's happening. Maybe I'll play threes with them. They seem decent. They're both like diamond twos. I'm saving this replay. I'm gonna watch the double play until I get the invite.
I think the only problem when I was in that boxing match and I got knocked to the floor was when I was already headed in that direction when the boxing glove was coming around, so I basically collided with the boxing glove when I was going forward.
So you know it's like interesting, like instead of going for like goals that game, I just went for a clean sheet and I got it. But like it's almost like if you focus on the clean sheet before you focus on the goals, you're more likely to do better because then when your teammate's out of position, you're still okay.
What up? Am I leader?
Anarchy, do you ever watch your replays after you play? Like you watch yourself, right? Like from your
How am
view?
I able to make you leader without leaving?
Yeah.
I know, I just... Alright, party settings, where is it? Party price. Alright, there you go.
The group is now public.
Thank you. Oh my god, dude, I found this video on Facebook of this black dude saying about how blacks always blaming the white people for stuff when when most of the time it really isn't. I'm like, oh, okay. So I just watched the whole video, and he's sitting there talking about how all the black dudes blaming whites and how blacks are moving or saying they're gonna move to Africa, talking about how Africa doesn't have
I don't
the
know, dude.
freedom
I don't really talk
that
about
you
race
should.
that much. Like,
It was funny though. I was just like, this dude's black and he's talking about black people moving to Africa because of Trump and white people.
wait, really?
I was
There,
just like,
is
yeah.
that happening? Is that a thing? That's not
if
true.
I could
is
find
it?
the video, I'd show you.
That's not true. They're not like African Americans moving to Africa.
No,
Like-
he was explaining in the video saying that he said, I was born in this country, so that makes me an American. Just because you were, or just because something such slaves a long time ago, and then started explaining the history about how blacks became slaves. It wasn't the white people that made them slaves. It was
Oh
the
yeah, it was
white people
Africans that
that-
like sold it to Africans.
yeah.
Yeah. No,
For-
yeah, and also
for,
if you look
like,
at slave
goods and
trade,
stuff.
if you look at slave trade worldwide, the bigger abusers of slavery are like Asia. And
Oh, yeah.
Like every
Asia's the worst.
Asia and the Middle East. The Middle East is like the Middle East bought slaves from Africa like way more than like the Americas did. Like
You should have seen what was it? I think it was what was it?
no, like if you compare
European
America to everywhere
slaves.
else, America was one of the
European
like
slaves were one of them.
if you think about the Americas as like a continent, like a global continent, like you group North and South America together, that means that like as a continent, they outlawed slavery like earlier than most other continents. Like they did it before well, that's not true. Europe outlawed it well, I don't actually know the dates. I don't know history that well. God, it was
I
good.
think no, before all the black trades, there were European slaves,
Yeah, totally.
like loads of European slaves.
Alright, you know what else? Alright, you know what I don't understand? Like, people get mad about, like, religion all the time. And I'm, like, agnostic.
Right.
Like, my dad is Jewish, and, like, I have Jewish family. And I have friends of all religions, but I'm, like, agnostic. Like, my opinion is, like, there's probably not a right religion. And maybe there's a God, but that's, like, he's probably poorly defined by any religion standards. Like
Yeah.
Jesus and like God could totally exist, but like there's no way that we're ever going to be able to prove or disprove it. So it's like you might as well just like
Live out your life.
yeah, exactly.
Without,
That's my point.
like-
You might as well just live it because like you could argue about it all day and at the end of the day it's like both sides are equally right. You know what I mean?
For real.
It's like, yes, you're right. Like, there is not a lot of evidence that, like, directly that a God exists. At the same time, there's not a ton of evidence that says a God doesn't exist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Have you ever heard have you ever heard about the flat Earth theory?
Oh yeah, that's ridiculous.
That really annoys the hell out of me. Like, how can this be a flat Earth when the moon is round, the sun is round, and you can sit there, look through a telescope, see
Alright.
round planets in the solar
Alright,
system.
Well, the one reason I think that that's like kind of okay. Like, I don't fault people totally who believe that is because like there's always like the Matrix theory, which is like your life could totally be in a bubble where so
Holy
much of your
hell,
own
yes.
life is always out of your control that like if someone really knew exactly, you know, if someone was so comfortable with humans that they could like program something that would be really believable to us, you know what I mean? That could totally be what your life is right now, you know, like.
For real.
Right? Like
Yeah.
you only know people in so much as you know them, right? And most of the relationships that you have, you don't control when they happen and how much they happen, and like most of the universe is out of your control. So could it all be some giant simulation? Like 100% it could, right? Like
I've
when you go to
actually
China,
thought about it being a
if you go
simulation.
if you go to like China, right? You hop on a plane, you get in like some big piece of metal, and then you like probably sleep for a while and look out some black windows, and then you end up in a place that's totally different, right? Like how do you truly perceive that you're not on like a simulated airplane versus like an actual airplane? Like, you know what I mean? Especially if you consider the fact that most of your life in terms of how you got here has already happened. So at this point, you're not even questioning things as it happens. You're questioning your memory of things as they happened, which is even less good than like your perception of time right now.
Right. And like, have you ever thought about like how it works in games? If you're inside of a building or something, you really can't see what's on the outside, but if you glitch yourself to a building, it kind of looks like it's all open and shit, like there's no ground.
Right, because
Kind of
they
like a
don't load in.
glitch.
All right, because in video games
That's
they
what
have to
I
save
think it is.
space. In video games they have to save space, so they don't load reverse textures. So like the idea is like if you play a video game and the entire video game takes place inside of school, there's no need to load the outside wall of the school. You know what I
Right?
mean? Because you're never going to be
That's what I
outside of the
feel.
school looking in. So then if you can
Yeah,
get
that's what
outside
I
of that
feel about
map,
the universe.
yeah, it doesn't exist. Yeah, dude.
And
Totally.
it's crazy. It's just unbelievable. What's up?
Yeah. Alright, I'll help you. Invite me. My game has 2 minutes left. Come on, don't fucking bump me. Oh, and you need boost, don't you? Oh, let's go. I just got... Oh,
So what?
oh
Hold up.
my god.
I'm gonna go take a shower real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna go take a shower.
Come on. Come on. A minute 20 in my game, Anarchy. Oh, I'm sorry. That was a good pass. So you know something that I just remembered I used to do all the time when I played competitive that I stopped doing and I really need to do more often? If you whiff a shot in net, what's the quickest way to recover? Back to your own net. Yeah. I totally stopped doing that. And I just did it again and after like never doing it. Like holy shit, you save so much time. Yeah. Rip. Please make that save. Yes. Let's go. Let's fucking do it. Whew, that was close. That was a really tough game.